Okay, welcome to Needful Things again. Today we're going to make another summer top. This one has a more form-fitting cup. Very easy to make, so I've written a pattern for it just today, so I thought I'd share it with you. And you see it gives it a more shapely effect so it fits better. I guess that's concave, I think that's what that's called, I can't remember. So it's more form-fitting, and we're going to do that today. I'm using a Susan Bates size 6 or a G hook, loops and threads yarn from Michaels, which I don't like. I wish someone would send me a crate of C&K yarn. I think it was called from Joann's. I love that cotton. Okay, so that's what we're going to do today. So we're going to start by taking our yarn, making a slip knot, chaining 6, plus 1, and go into the first one and do a half double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 in that last stitch. Give it a little tug, straighten it out. Okay, now also in this last stitch we're going to put the next one and one more to start the other side. And in that middle one I'm going to put a stitch marker. It'll just be easier to keep up with it. So just make my life a lot easier. Okay. And then we have over here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that will be 7 that we just did. That one counts. So we're going to go into that first stitch. This would be 2. 3. 7 in that last stitch. Oops. I'm trying to pull that yarn down with it to get rid of that tail. 7, chain 1, turn. That's going to bug me. And we're just going to go back and forth around like this. I'm always going to put this in my middle stitch so I know where I am. So now we're going to go up all half doubles. 1, 7 in our marker stitch. Now the next one there will be that middle stitch. I'm going to put my marker there. And then one more in there, 1. And then 2. Okay. And then we're going to chain 1 and turn and go back in the other direction, doing the same thing. And this is a size medium top that I'm making, so this couplet is about 8 inches across. Chain one and turn. I like to give things a little stretch out. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to do this 11 rows to get from here to here. We're making this top section. Chain one and turn. Give it a little stretch out. And we're just going to continue on this pattern until you have 11 rows back and forth, and I'll meet you back up there. Okay, so I'm coming up on my last row, ending my last row. I think I said it was 11 rows. 11 rows. And there it is. That's the top portion. That's what you'll have at this point. And now we're going to do the part that turns it more concave at the bottom. So here we are at the end of that row. We're going to chain one. And then just turn it this way. So we're right here. We're just turning it with the point towards you. And we're going to go across this way, the bottom of it. So in that first one, we're going to do a half double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, I only want 24 stitches on here, so I don't like the way these are coming out. I added a stitch in the middle there, and I should not have done that. Okay, so let's go back there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You should have 24 stitches. I know there's only 22, but make 24 stitches. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24 in that last one. Okay, so that's what we got, 24. Chain 1 and turn. And from now on you're going to do 24 stitches, and you're going to see that concave start to form, start to shape. And you're going to do 6 rows of half double crochets back and forth. That was 1. This is row 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24 in the last stitch. Chain 1 and turn your work. As you can see, it's starting to shape, and you'll decide which side you prefer as the front. I know which one I prefer, and that'll be the one I'm using. So that was row 2. So now we start row 3. Same way, 24. And I count each one of these rows because when I was doing the pattern, I didn't. And I ended up adding a stitch, and it really threw me off for a moment. Okay, so just complete 6 rows back and forth, and I'll meet up with you when you get there. Okay, so I've come to the end of my 6 rows on my cup. And I'm just going to cut the yarn and secure it. Okay, now you need to decide which side you like best. This one or this one? And you say, well, they look exactly the same. But to me they don't, and one looks better to my eye, and I'm using this one as my centerpiece. And It's hard to tell, but they look exactly alike, I know, but still. So you use whichever side you like. I'm going to use these. Finally made a decision. My goodness, don't you want to scream? So I've got them like this. I'm just going to swing them around like this. And I'm going to make a slip knot. And I'm going to reattach right over here on the first stitch. Just do a chain. I'm going to crochet these ends while I go. We know we have 24 stitches here. So we're going to do 24 half double crochets. 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 22, 23, and now there's 24. Okay. 24. Now we're going to get connected to this side, so we're going to yarn over. We're going to be crocheting this tail end as well. So yarn over, go through that first stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2, go through all your stitches. Then we're going to just keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24, for a total of 48 stitches all the way across. And we've tied our 2 cut pieces together on what I'm considering my front sections. So now I'm going to mark that with a stitch marker. so that I will know where the front pieces are. I think that's the side I said I wanted. They're so similar it's hard to even tell. So I'll know. I have that piece marked up there. I shall probably mark this one up here as well. 1, 2. Because that's where we'll put the strap. Okay. So you finish that across. Oh, I got twisted. Something got twisted. With your 48 stitches across, and I'll meet you back up. Okay, so now we have our 2 cups. I'm going to show you how to put this panel on the side here. It's 12 rows, I believe. It's 12 rows, half double crochets, just like everything else. And you know, you'll start on the bottom, go to the top on this side, and then on this side, because it's the opposite side, you can, if you want to start on the bottom, you'll just start in the back. It doesn't matter. We'll just start in the back. Okay? And so let's see how, measuring it from here, where we started the first row, it's about 5 inches. Which is good to go around the side to give you a little coverage, you know. If you need a little more coverage. So we're just going to do a slip stitch, and I'm going to just turn it this way and start on the back side, put it in that very first stitch, chain 1. I'm going to hide my cord as I go, or my tail, I guess it's a tail. And so we have 7 rows, you know, we did 7 rows down here, so we'll have 7 stitches here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 here. We'll go up 4 here into the cup, so a total of 11 stitches, half double crochets. 1 in each, try to get 1 in each row really. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's row 7. And then we'll do 8, 9, 10, and 11 for a total of 11 stitches. As you can see, it's the same as that side. Now we'll chain 1, turn your work, and we'll do 11 half double crochets back. 10 and 11, chain 1 and turn. I like to give it a little stretch, you know, I like to do that. Okay, so now we're going to do 10 stitches up, decreasing on that end again. Well, we didn't yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, excuse me, 9. We're decreasing here. We're going to go in, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, go into your last stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull it through all. We've just decreased to 10 stitches. Chain 1, turn, go do 10 stitches back down the hill. Well, it's not really a hill. I'm used to seeing that in another pattern. You can count if you want to. 10. Excuse me. Chain 1 and turn. Now we're going back up towards the top of the cup, so we're going to do a decrease to 9. And we'll turn our work, chain 1, turn your work, 9 back down. Sorry about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Chain 1, turn your work. Now we're going to do 8 stitches. We're going to decrease at the end. 1, 6, 7. We're going to do a decrease to 8. We're going to chain 1 and turn. Sorry about the dog barking. He was protecting us. We're going back down. Same amount. 1. Oh, wait a minute. I think the dog got me off ticket here. Okay, I'm right. 8. Sorry about that. The dog threw me off. And 8. Chain 1 and turn. Okay. So this time we're going up. We're going to decrease to 7 stitches. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do a decrease here. That's 7. Chain 1 and turn. 7 back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Chain 1 and turn. Now we're going to decrease to 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoops. I said we're going to decrease and I didn't do it. 6. We'll do a decrease here. Chain 1 and turn. Now we'll do 6 back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And so now we have the side panel on both sections. Both are about 5, whatever, 5 inches, about 5 inches long. Okay, so that's where we are up to this point. So now that we have both our side panels, we have 24, 24, 12, and 12, so we have 72 stitches. And I'll meet you back up to show you what we're going to do next. Okay, so now we're going to go across the bottom. Turn your bra upside down. We're going to go across the bottom. We have 72 stitches across here, including the 24, 24, 12 on each end. So make sure you only put good one in each end of the row here. We're doing half double crochet, so at the end of where I was, where I finished on this side, I'm going to just chain 1 and go right into my first stitch there and just do a half double crochet, and that's 1. And I'm going to go all the way across doing 72 half double crochets, and I'll meet you at the end of that row. Okay, so now we're going to do a chain space across the bottom with chains. Each chain's going to have 5 stitches, 5 chain stitches, and a single crochet at the base. So we're going to put that in the single crochet. You should have chained 1 and turned when you did the 72 across the bottom. Now you're going to do a single crochet, chain 5, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Single crochet, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet, chain 5, all the way across. So now I'm on 5 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oops, 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet, whoops, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet, and you're just going to do that, repeat all the way across, and we're going to have these chain spaces here. Okay, I'll meet you at the end. Now when you get to the end of this row of making our chain spaces, you'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, and you'll end with a single crochet, chain 1, and turn your work. We'll be back on the front side of the work. Okay, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now to go back and fill in our spaces that we made, you're just going to, when you finish, you'll chain 1 and just go right into this chain space that we created and do double. We're doing double crochets. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 double crochets, 2 chains, 4 double crochets. Okay, so we'll do it like this. Oh, and also when you get to this where we did the see the single crochets, we're just going to slip stitch into those. So I've come up to one now. I'll show you. We finished doing the 4, the 2, the 4 in the chain space. Now there's that single crochet that's across there. So we're just going to go in there and do a slip stitch right into that, like that. That's all. And then yarn over and go right into your chain space, doing your double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I like to give them a little push over so they're not stuck in the middle. Chain 2. And do 4 more double crochets in the same chain space. Oh, let me cut that. Tied it but forgot to cut it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we're going to slip stitch into that single crochet from the row below, then yarn over and go into our next space and do 3, 1, 2, 3, and 4 double crochets, chain 2, do 4 more, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then go into your single crochet there and just slip stitch into that, and then move into your next one. And I like to, make sure they're on there nicely. Pull my points down. And so that's what we're doing on that section there. So just complete that across your row and all your chain spaces. Don't forget to slip stitch into the single crochet and do 4, 2 chains and 4 more. If you want it to be a little more pointed, you can just do 1 chain in there and that'll give you a little more of a pointed space. So you can do 1 or 2. 1 might work better for you, so you'd probably try that. Okay, so do that across and I'll meet you out. Okay, now for our next row, what we're going to do is, we've come to the end and I just did a slip stitch in that last single crochet there. So now I'm turning it, I'm on the back side of my work. And I'm just going to simply go down these 4 stitches with a slip stitch. 1, 2, because when you finish this you chained 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, right down that little chevron shape. Here's the chain space. We're going to chain into that 1. Okay, so there we are. Actually, let's just pull this up and do a single crochet into that space. And then we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to move over into our next space here and do a single crochet. Because we need that the next time around to put our slip stitches in. So we've decreased here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go over here in the next pointed space, do a single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go over here, put a single crochet in the next point. And that's what we're going to do all the way across this row. Okay? So basically what we've done here is we've done a decrease here by going up those slip stitches. Okay? So it's going to go that way. So I'm going to continue. I'll do a few more so you can see. It's very easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go over to the next space that's pointed. There. Single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Single crochet in the next point. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go over to the next point. Single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Work over to the next point, single crochet. And so you're just going to do that all the way across the row. And I'll meet up with you at the end and show you what to do there. Okay, so when you get to the end, you should have something that looks like this. And we don't have to do down this chain because we're done. So we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. And we're going to jump right in here with a double crochet. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Chain 2. 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so now we have that single crochet to work our slip stitch into. And then we go right into the next chain. 1, 2, 3, 4 double crochets, chain 2, 4 more double crochets, slip stitch into that previous single crochet. So we've decreased by one section of our chevron. Go right into the next one here after that slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 2, 4 more double crochets, 1, 2, 3 and 4, slip stitch into that single, and you're ready for the next one. And that's what we have going on, so work that to the end of the row. You'll do your last one there, and I'll meet up with you there. Okay, so I've come to the end of my second row of my little chevrons. That's what I'm calling them. So I'm in my last space. I'm going to get down into that single slip stitch into my chain space with my 4 double crochet. Chain 2 and do 4 more double crochets in my chain space. So that was the last chevron of that row because we whacked that one off on the other end, so we have to on this end. So we're just going to do a slip stitch right into that last one there, like that. Okay. Then we're going to chain 1, that holds it in. And we're going to turn our work. This was the front that we were on here. So that's what she's looking like. Okay. So we're here. We chained 1, turned our work. And now we're going to get into the 4 stitches here, and we're just going to slip stitch up to the point. 1, 2, 3 and 4, just like we did down here. Now we're up to the space there, the little pointed space. So we're just going to pull up a loop and single crochet into that, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go into our next point over here with a single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go over to the next point, single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Go over here, single crochet into the next point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go over here, single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go over to the next point, single crochet, and go across the same way we've been doing. And so what we've done here is we're decreasing as we go. Okay, so just continue across the row, and you'll end and we'll be losing this piece here. We'll be doing a single crochet into that, and that'll be the end of this one, and it will automatically decrease. Okay, so I'll see you at the end of the row. Okay, so I'm at the end of that row, and I've done my single crochet there. Now I'm going to chain one and turn our work. So I'm now working over here again on the front side of our work, and you can see better what we're doing. Isn't that fun? Oh, you know it is. You know you want to make it. Okay, so now we're doing our chevrons. So we've already done our, we're there already, so we don't need a slip stitch, I guess is what I'm saying. So we're going to just go on in here with a double crochet, 1, 2, 3 and 4, chain 2, 4 more double crochets, all in that space, 1, 2, 3 and 4, slip stitch into that single from the previous row. Where that came from. Much you want to pop off. Okay, now we go right into the next chain space with our 4 doubles. 1, 2, 3 and 4, chain 2, 1, 2, 3 and 4, slip stitch into that single crochet, go right on into your next space. So we're coming down. Okay, continue across to the end of that row. And you'll finish up your row the same way as we've been doing. We already have that single, so we'll just put a slip stitch into this row, and I'll meet you on the next one. Okay, I'm on my last chain space. So I've done 4 double crochets, 2 chains. Now I'm going to do my last 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Slip stitch into that final single crochet that was there. That row is done. Chain 1, that secures it. Turn your work. We're on the back side now. And we're going to continue with our decreasing. So we've chained 1 already, so we'll go on that first stitch. Slip stitch 1, 2, 3 and 4, Now you're up to the pointed chain space. We're going to do a single crochet into that, just like that. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You know the drill. Find our next point, single crochet, chain 5, find your next point, single crochet into that, chain 5, okay, and that's what we're going to do all the way across, and we've just done another decrease. So continue across and do the end of the row the same way we've been doing it. And yeah, so just keep doing that and I'll check in with you. Okay, so here I am. I've done my trellis part for my sunshine trellis top. Now we're going to go over here to the side part. Then I've done a slip stitch and connected. We have 7 stitches here. I'm just going to crochet these tails in. So I've chained 1, and the first one I'm going to do a double crochet. Chain 1. Skip 1. Double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, and in the very last one I'm going to do a double crochet. And those are the 3 spaces for our lacing up the back. I will cut those strings in there later. Okay, so now we're going to go up the side and make some straps. So we're going to chain 1. And we're going to do a half double crochet. Then we're going to do 2 half double crochets in that first one because it's a double crochet and it's a big space. Like that. Get that out of the way so you can see. So 2 in that first one, and then 1 in each space, like we've always done. So just try to put it in the end of the row. I'm not sure, where did that one go? Okay, so it's here. So we're here. I don't want to put too many because it'll be all puffed up. I don't want that. You can count the rows. So now here we are sort of to that corner area, so we're going to put our 1 here. In that corner we're going to just put 2. For a little more softness on that edge. And we're going to continue right up the side. And we're going to go right up to the space where our stitch marker is and our top of our work. And I'm going to go right into there and make a stitch. And then I'm going to chain about, I don't know, 70 maybe. So I think 70 is probably good to go around the neck. Maybe I'll do 80. And 80, and then we're just going to go back down the line doing single crochets in each chain until you get back to the top of the bra cup. And I'm not going to make you sit here and look at 80 single crochets, so I'll do that and catch back up. Okay, so I'm back down to the top of the cup, the point. I'm just going to continue with my half double crochet, so I'm going to have that one in the middle, so I'm just going to go to the next stitch. Well, actually, I'm going to join this back into this with a slip stitch. Like that, so it's a little tighter. So join it back with a slip stitch into the same space and then start with your half double crochets in the next stitch. So there's your strap. And just continue on and you'll come up the other side and do the same thing over there. I just have this hooked together because Helps me when I'm working on it. I'm down 5 because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. Well, 7 really because we have that one. So I'm down 5 already. I've done 5. So I have 2 rows left. That means I have 2 stitches, but I have 3 rows left. So I'm here, so I have this stitch and this stitch left. Six and 7. And we're just spin around, yarn over, just go into my 7 over here, one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and row 7. So that's what we have here. We have a little keyhole right there. And we're just going to continue up the row and do the same thing we did on the other side. Just like that. We're just going right up. Just like we did on that side. We'll get up to the point and we'll do the 70 or 80, whatever you want to do there. Come back down with your single crochets, slip stitch back into the point. Finish off down the side doing the same thing we did over here with the double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4 double crochets with 3 spaces in between, and I'll show you back up when we get there. Okay, so I'm going to do this and finish that up. Okay, so I've got to the other side, and I went down and I did my 4 double crochets to the bottom. Then I chained 1 and I turned my work. From here, I chained 1 and turned, and I went back up. I'm just doing a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because we know we had 7 stitches, so I'm doing slip stitches. And I'm just, you don't have to do this part, but I just like, it gives it a nice finish. So I'm just basically going, I'm on the back of the work now. And I'm just going through here giving a slip stitch, just to give it a little better finish on the edge. And I'll just go around the entire bra cup doing a slip stitch. Like I said, you don't have to do this, but I just like the way it looks, so you can if you want to. I'm in the back, so I'm just going to go right across the back of the strap and just find my place over here. And just keep going down. You don't see that from the front because we're on the back. So I'm going to continue down and do the same thing all the way around and just finish off at this end and cut my yarn and tie it in. And then we have to make a strap for the back, which will be, I usually do it about 3 times longer than this, but we only have 3 lace holes, so we don't need that long of a strap this time. So I'll do that and I'll catch back up with you. Okay, so I'm coming down to the end of my side over here. I've done my other strap. I've come across there in the back. I'm working on my back side, going down my stitches. Whoops. Just doing my slip stitches on the edge. It just gives it a more of a finished edge. Like I said though, you don't have to do it if you don't want to. But another thing it also serves to do is strengthen where you pull the tie in the back. Gives a little more strength and structure to that area. Which is right here I'm talking about. And the last one's there. Cut your yarn, leave enough to sew in. And now you need to make a strap, like I said, about 3 times longer than this one. Or maybe not that long because it's, you know, it's not a lot of, we only need to tie 3 places in the back here, so it shouldn't have to be that long. I'm just going to get rid of this little tail. Just by sewing it in. And we have to make the back tie, but basically other than the tie you're done. I mean, we're going to make this. Here's our straps for the neck. There's the back. Here's the front. So I'm going to make the straps now for the back. I hope I remember to take these off before I do the pictures. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing for the strap and that laces up the back. We're just going to do like, I don't know, 860 maybe. So we're going to keep doing that until you get however long you want your tie to be in the back to lace it up. I'm going to probably do about 160. So then I'll show you what it looks like on the mannequin when it's all done up.